Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. Look out when he storms through. Sonic the Hedgehog, don't doubt what he can do. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive.
Hello and welcome to Pixels in the Animation. This is episode 76, and we got a juice, folks, because it's time for more Sonic stuff. I'm, of course, TFG1 Mike. Joining me is TV's Mr. Neil.
Oh boy. More of this.
Yeah. It's kind of like, oh, you again?
What? You haven't played World
So yes, we have more Sonic on tap for today. Hope everyone liked our 75th episode at the end there when we were talking about the Sonic music from the first two games. And yeah, more of this. I am actually very much looking forward to Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog at this point.
I gotta say that it better not suck, because this is. By the way, after the first episode went up, did anyone contact you about, like, you better not, like, just Sonic SAT-AM because it's like the best one? I got that and I was like, what the fuck? Why do people like this?
Yeah. Where did you get that, on Facebook?
Yeah, in a couple private messages. I'm like, what the hell? Leave me alone.
No, nobody contacts me. Nobody interacts with me. I just record, edit, spend 20-something hours on 40 or 50 different podcast episodes. Nobody ever emails me. Nobody ever says shit. And if somebody does say shit to me, they ask me, "Are you gonna be doing this because this is coming out?" Like somebody asked me, and it's a fan of ours, and I'm asked me if we were going to do something on the new Power Rangers movie, and because I used to do the Power Rangers from the Command Center podcast with Scotty Cash and Spade of the Ball Matrix, and the show hasn't been in production for more than 2 years at this point. I said, we might, but it's highly doubtful, because I probably won't see the movie until it gets released to media. But yeah, no, I did not. Apparently you're more popular than I am.
So I don't
know. And as I've been saying, folks, I see certain things in this cartoon that I like and I enjoy, but as I said all of last episode, that they need to pick, that they should have chosen a path, either episodic individual things or an overarching story. And while there is an overarching story, it kind of comes too little too late.
Yeah, they kind of like backloaded one into the second season, where it wasn't there at all in the first.
Pretty much. So kicking this one off, we've got No Brainer. Sonic loses his memory. Snively takes advantage and gets the Hedgehog to infiltrate Knothole. So Snively has this brain reducer or forgetfulness maker or whatever the hell it's called, and he shoots Sonic with it, and Sonic's eyes turn purple, and he's brainwashed, and Snively wants to take over.
I wonder if anyone got mad at this, because everybody knows that canonically Sonic has green eyes.
Yeah.
Well, at least he doesn't have blue arms.
That's true. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and and I don't know if this is an animation, if this is a cheap animation thing for them, but in this series, he has nothing but black eyes.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing about this, is that I noticed throughout the entire series that his pupils are blinking and not his eyelids. And in this episode, it's really apparent, because now he has these big blue circles around his pupils, and his pupils are what's blinking, and I'm like, God, that looks so weird.
Very.
And everyone else has eyelids, so I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
And I think everybody else has actual eyes. Like, they don't just have pupils. Like,
Yeah, Sonic has like the Una eye, where it's like they connect.
yeah. It's kind of like the unibrow. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
So, No Brainer. Let's see, what did I like about No Brainer? A mind control episode, okay.
A mind control episode mixed with an amnesia episode.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have decided on which one they wanted to do. Like, if they wanted to have him hit his head and go into this fantasy world where he eventually is going to marry Miss Piggy or something, you know, whatever.
Oh no. See, now you just turned it into the Muppets Take Manhattan.
Exactly.
And I could have been watching that.
I know, right?
I just don't feel like myself lately.
That's right. And then I do like them working more with Chuck. That was one thing about this episode I did enjoy. The whole Chuck angle of passing the message back and forth and things like that. That was good. The rest of it is just kind of, okay, the henchman is going to try to take over. And of course, at the end of the episode, Robotnik is going to come in and, you know, read him the riot act, which he does. I don't know. This show. Somebody, I'm legitimately asking, I'm not trying to be funny, I'm not trying to be sarcastic. Somebody, please write in. I will even give you my email address to write this to, so I will get it. tfgandmike@gmail.com. Whoever is a fan of SAT-AM, please explain to us why you are a fan and why you like this series so much. Because so far,
Right.
I'm not seeing why.
Yeah, we're about 60% through this, and it has yet to pick up.
Yeah, we have 3. This is episode 76. We have 77, 78, 79, and 8. We have like 4 episodes left of this show and of this specific cartoon show. And yeah, I mean, there's stuff here to like, but there's not an overall thing here to like. Actually, 79, so we've got 3 episodes left. 80 is when we start Adventures. And honestly, I cannot wait until episode 80 at this point. What did you think of No Brainer?
Just kind of the typical amnesia episode. It's like, it's another episode where a character either bumps their head or gets hit with a ray or whatever, and it causes them to lose their memory, and then the bad guy says, "Oh, you work for me." There was an episode of this in that stupid Donkey Kong Country multi-part movie that I talked about a few episodes ago. Remember, I said that was the clip show episode? They did that. I think every cartoon has done this. There's always an amnesia episode. And it's just so contrived. I wanted to turn it off.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather watch a bad soap opera's amnesia episode than this one. Insert any soap opera you want, folks, with the amnesia storyline, and I guarantee you it's better written than this. So then we have what I assume to be the only 2-parter of the series. We have Blast from the Past, or Blast to the Past. And this one is where we get, again, back on a track of continuity, back on a track of learning things from Sally and her past and Sonic and his past, because we go back to before Robotnik was Robotnik. He was just Julian. Okay, then. And he was advisor or something, military advisor or something to King Acorn, who is Sally's dad. So we finally get to see King Acorn, which I do like, because, well, he's voiced by another great villain voice actor. Tim Curry is a good guy, folks. Who knew?
Yes.
So there's that. I liked seeing all the main freedom fighters as kids. That was kind of fun. A little annoying with little Sonic and Big Sonic, but Sonic in general is annoying. But
See, this is another case where Sonic is just too cool, and having two of them is double annoying.
yep.
But at least it wasn't like the pollution episode where it opens with him playing a guitar. With that, I just wanted to put my foot through the screen. But this is another continuity episode, but oddly enough, it destroys its own continuity.
Yeah, it kind of does.
As does every time travel episode. Because it's just basically what it does is it says everything that happened was Sonic and Sally's fault.
Yep.
Because notice that they enact a lot of the things that end up happening in the future. Like for example, the whole reason Robotnik has a metal arm is that he's complaining about future Sonic, and he just happens to get his arm caught in the beam that turns it roboticized. so it's like, so if they didn't go back in time, maybe that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, pretty much. You should never go back in time, folks. I mean, no one person should know anything about, too much about their own past or future.
And they had to give themselves alternate names. So Sonic was named Juice for this episode, but oddly enough, Sally just kept calling him Sonic right in front of Little Sonic over and over again, and Little Sonic never said, "Hey, wait a minute."
Yeah. Again, probably the same writer not knowing what they're even doing. I don't even remember if these. Let's see here. No, Blast of the Past. According to this, it was written by the same person, so it's not like it was two different writers.
No, I just think that it was somebody not really paying attention to their own script and not realizing that the character that shouldn't be hearing this is standing right there.
Yeah.
And this is the episode where I expected Bunny Rabbit's cyborg arm and legs to be explained, but they never were.
No.
They just let it go. I'm like, wait a minute. That of all the things that should have been explained in this episode, that never was.
Yeah. That's not good at all. And then we get probably the worst episode. The only combined episode. Okay, so we get, you know how most cartoons will do, I guess I'm hoping you're not that negative towards this, but you've seen Phineas and Ferb, right?
Actually, no, I haven't.
Okay, well, anyway. It's a good show, but I don't know. It probably wouldn't be for you. It'd probably be something for your sister's kids or something that they could watch, but I don't know. Anyway, they take two 11-minute cartoons and put them in the same 30-minute, 22-minute time. It's basically, like how the old Looney Tunes do 7-minute cartoon things, so it's that kind of thing. So, fed up with Antoine / Ghostbusted. I'm sorry, Sonic, at this point, busting doesn't make me feel good.
Oh my god.
No. So, yeah, the final episode for today, we've got two cartoons in it, Fed Up with Antoine and Ghostbusted. As I've said before, no disrespect to Rob Paulson, but Antoine is by far the most annoying character in the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
And this entire episode, basically dedicated to him, proves that. Antoine is appointed king of a biker gang, unaware of their secret cannibalistic traits. So he's essentially Rob Schneider from Judge Dredd.
Mm. Oh god. I'm trying to remember the running gag with Rob Schneider in that movie where he keeps saying something stupid and Stallone just looks at him I forget what the joke was, but
Yeah, because Antoine is the and again, I keep saying that the Sonic cartoon is a bunch of other cartoons. Another one I've made mention to it of is essentially this is Captain N the Game Master. Because Sonic is Captain N, Princess Sally is Lana, and Simon Antoine is Simon. And even Simon Belmont has more dignity than this guy does.
See, you're starting to see the pattern that I always see, which is that nothing is ever new. All cartoons are the same. They just keep recycling the same basic premise over and over, and you'll see the same archetypes again and again.
Yep.
Congratulations, you've seen it.
Yep, pretty much.
And now that you've seen it, you will always see it.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's very, very sad. What did you think of Fed Up with Antoine?
Kind of a nothing episode. It's just kind of stupid. The only note I really have is that I didn't understand that it transitioned to another episode because the version that I watched didn't have like a title card or anything. So it's like all of a sudden the plot switched. I'm like, what the? Wait, what?
Well, so you had sent me a YouTube playlist with all these episodes on it. And
yeah, it's the same.
Yeah. You didn't notice I noticed this in the very beginning. The title card at the very beginning has both of them listed.
Okay, I must have turned away because I didn't see that. But yeah, it's like all of a sudden it fades out, then it fades back in, and there's another story going on. I'm like, wait, this doesn't connect at all. I didn't understand that it moved on.
Yeah, it had moved on, and not in a good way, because Ghostbusted is by far... There are bad episodes in this show, but this is by far the dumbest one yet. Sonic and Tails investigate a possible ghost problem while camping. Okay then. Yeah, no. This is your traditional campfire. This is your traditional little kid goes to a scary movie thing without the movie theater, without a movie, but it's Sonic telling tales, ghost stories, while sitting around a campfire. And of course, we see that Antoine gets scared shitless from these things and ends up, just trembling in his sleeping bag all night, whereas Tails goes off and has this dream of all this other stuff and gets spooked and whatever else. I'm just going to say it right now. I do not believe in ghosts. I believe everybody goes, back into the ether or whatever and all that stuff and everything else. But it's one of those things where, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is not going to, rip off the top of my apartment building and peek in and look at me, or, the Scolari brothers are not going to haunt my, my apartment here. And any of those ghost shows and crap, oh god, you want to talk, I know reality TV is bad, folks, but honestly, for me, the worst reality television programs are these ghost hunting things. Oh my god, why would you waste your time? But then again, I'm wasting my time doing a podcast, so, I guess it's all relative, right?
Yeah. See, the way I saw this is that this is basically the Scooby-Doo episode. It's like there's a ghost. Oh wait, no, it isn't. It's just Antoine, and he's trying to steal the treasure. Wait, no, he's not. But it's one of those bait and switches where you think something's going on and it's really something else.
Yeah. Alright, so we are going to take another final quick break, and we are going to come back with ratings for these 4 episodes, and then we are going to get the heck out of here and go actually watch something that's enjoyable. I might actually cry at it watching a This Is Us episode, which has not happened yet.
DeCian, the superhero webcomic. DeCian's got superhero antics and sexy girls. For action, comedy, mayhem, and more, read it now at DeCian.com. DASIEN.com. GCRN.com.
We brought the entire convention center to the brink of an inter-genre geek war.
Okay, Michael, if we're going to tackle this podcast thing, we've got to do something really special. It has to be cool, daily, in audio form, and undetectable by radar. Something that screams summer. I know, let's do a Phineas and Ferb review podcast. We'll call it the Podcast Organization Without a Cool Acronym, or POWCA for short. What do you think?
I think if we're not careful, Candace is going to bust us.
You can find POWCA on the Geekcast Radio Network, iTunes, Blog Talk Radio, and all of the other methods you find podcasts.
We'll give you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
All right, folks, we are back, and it is time to rate these episode. No brainer. What are you going to give it?
I give it a 1.
All right, I'll give it a 2.5. It wasn't as bad as some of the other ones. Blast to the Past?
I guess I'll give it a 1.5.
Really? I'm going to give it a 4. I liked it. Even though it ruined its own continuity, I still enjoyed it because of all the story that we got in it. What about Fed Up with Antoine?
How do I even rate this? It's because it's 2 episodes in one. You know what? It totally baffled me, so I'll just give it a 1.
And Ghostbusted, for me, it's the first one so far. It's the first 0 for me. I'm sorry. Nope. I can't.
Yeah. I'll give it like a half.
All right, you're going to give it a half. All right.
Yeah.
Join us next time, folks, when we talk about Dulcie, the Void. And we have another double episode, which is so silly. We have The Odd Couple out and Robecca. So that's what's coming up on episode 77 of Pixels in the Animation. Where can people find you online, your comic thing and everything else?
DeCian.com, superhero webcomic.
Yes. No superhero pants.
That URL's retired,
I know
actually.
it is. And you can find me at geekcastradio.com or at thisweekingeek.net, at TFG and Mike on Twitter. Join us next time and help us find the pixels in the animation.
I like to hang, but I gotta juice.